The Death Star? That's impossible!
He called it a Death Star. We've been calling it a Battle Ball.
Why didn't we think of that?
That was something that I wanted to do very early on in the process. And as people writing Lego Star Wars, we're in the fortunate position that like we can see some of the Lego sets that are down the pipeline. When I saw that, I had this vision for a sequence that I really wanted at least something in the show that felt just like playing with Lego. And so, you know, in talking with our director, Chris Buckley, I was like, is there a way that we can do a continuous shot of this massive Lego set? He was so excited at the idea that he was just like, yes, and so some of it we wrote in of what happens, but also a lot of like, Chris does something awesome here, because we knew that so much had to be going on. You couldn't write it out. It'd be 20 pages of just that sequence if we were explaining everything that was happening.
Should we do something for luck?
You don't need luck when you're this good.
We did a sort of a test run of this sequence in the original series where we kind of retold the story of Star Wars, kind of coming across almost like a stage. Once we got that to work, which took forever, and we're like, oh, now that we know how to do a shot like this, kick it up a level.
Let's get off this battle ball.
We spent a lot of time thinking about, okay, what is a family dynamic that we haven't seen that much in Star Wars? You know, we've seen brothers and sisters, but brothers and brothers not as much. So we said, okay, that felt good. And then when we came up with this idea of Rebuild the Galaxy, we said, well, part of what we are saying in a metatextual sense is, you know, Star Wars canonically, now you don't. We felt like we needed a character, a point of view character, who was a fan of Star Wars, to then destabilize in this mashed up galaxy. But then there was another layer on top of that, which was the emotional layer. Well, the heart of that is you think that you know your brother, and then you don't. That's the conflict in the beginning of the first season. But even in the first season, Sig is unwilling to let go of this idea that there's something redeemable in his brother, even in the Sith version.
It seems your beginner's luck has run out, brother.
Oh, you call me brother. That's progress.
And that goes against dogmatic Jedi teachings in some ways about attachment, about not getting emotionally involved. In fact, it is Luke's defiance of refusing to believe that there was nothing good in Vader left, ultimately is one of the keys to bringing balance to the Force. So we felt like, okay, what is our take on a person like Sig, who says, no, I think that there is something to this idea of redemption and emotion and attachment within the light side of the Force. And that's what the second series explores so specifically. I think that because they have these deep emotional wants that are universal, whether you are a tiny kid like my kids or someone that's been with Star Wars for 50 years, it's that core that's the foundation of everything.
I love you.
I know. I'm just kidding. I love you too, big brother.